It's next level infuriating. It's next level infuriating. It's so upsetting. Yeah, you have to engage on those terms. Sorry, Hasan. That's how the world works.
They will go see.
This is edited down too. He just sees about the video without watching any of it for like an hour. You just want to sound like you're being profound. You just want to sound like you're being profound and empathetic, but you're not. Oh, well, you're criticizing me, so you were faking crying that one time. Okay.
This year.
What lips? What lips delete Oreos? What lips is it again? Okay, obviously I haven't covered the content nuke. Nor have I watched anyone else's coverage particularly. I saw like a little bit, but nothing really. Because it's like incredibly boring to me. The Israel stuff's kind of dead in the water, like no one cares anymore. Yeah, I just haven't cared. I just truly don't care. I've seen all these points made about Hasan a million times. However, I did see this video get posted. Debate Me Ethan Klein from Hasan. And I just want to watch a little bit of this video, okay? Because, first of all, it's ridiculous that Hasan is saying debate me Ethan Klein. Again, as much as, you know, Destiny for all of his hypocrisies, Hasan is the guy who has been saying, oh, debate doesn't mean anything. Debate's stupid. It's just a show. It's just a rhetoric show. Engage with the points of the video. Engage with the actual substantive points if you actually want to do this, right? That's what Hasan should do from his perspective. So the idea that now he's saying, no, I'm not engaging with the video, debate me, is like so pathetic. It's so transparent. Just such a blatant hypocrite. But let's take a look. How's this video?
Ethan Klein, if you want to have a conversation with me, I am available. I can talk to you about any number of different political disagreements that we have, except this time I'm not going to be nice to you. I'm not going to treat you with kitty gloves. I'm going to talk to you in the same exact way that I would to an actual political content creator who was expressing your viewpoint about Israel. I'm going to talk to you in the same exact way that I would talk to them. So if you think that I'm afraid of you, I think you and I both know that that's not the case. And so before I keep watching, I need to know, are you a communist? No, of course not. I love capitalism. I'm a liberal of the Democrat.
This is why I had to pull it up. This infuriating, desperate attempt at being disaffected with the low-res voice. It sent me into a blind, seething rage when I pulled this video up. The moment I got past the intro, it was just like, it hit me. God, this guy is so annoying.
Democratic Party variety. Everybody knows I am a liberal who almost...
Dude, shut up! Shut up, man! Speak normal!
Exclusively defends the Democratic Party. I mean, if you did...
What are you doing? Dude, what is this?
Didn't know that, you must be an absolute dumb, right? You know.
And he tries to pretend that he's just tired. It's so annoying, dude. This isn't just like tired voice. No, this is you putting on a voice. You are deliberately doing this. Oh, yeah, dude. I'm just like really chilled out right now, you know. Like, I just don't care. I just like so don't care about this video. I like so don't care. Just letting you guys know. Dude, it's so fucking annoying.
You'd have to be a real moron or maybe disingenuously lie and be like, I was groomed as a 40-year-old adult into believing that someone is actually a liberal when they they hid that from me. They hid their true perspective from me. They groomed me into believing that they were a liberal. They'd have to be a real bird-brained moron, or maybe a disingenuous grifter. Maybe a disingenuous grifter.
Dude, it's the facial poses as well.
They'd have to be a real bird-brained moron, or maybe a disingenuous grifter.
Dude, it's just so... Look at the fucking expressions. He's so annoying, man.
Grifter. Maybe a disingenuous grifter who recognizes that the person that they were talking to never really sheltered their views whatsoever. Guys, I have a statue of Lenin behind me. Not right now, obviously. I'm in Japan. I used to think you were cool, consistent, and friendly. I looked past the house because I figured it makes sense. Then I found out you're a commie. Now I realize you're undeniably a baller, based, and live true to your word. You also have good eyebrows. Thank you. Why is the Tim Pool beanie on stream? I'm wearing this so that people will think that I am Tim Pool and therefore apolitical and therefore not radical, therefore not playing a formative role in what is actually ruining the United States of America and perhaps the entire planet, which is the rising tide of fascist mobilization, but instead the much scarier thing.
The rising tide of fascist mobilization. Dude. It's next level infuriating. It's next level infuriating. It's so upsetting.
Therefore, not playing a formative role in what is actually ruining the United States of America and perhaps the entire planet, which is the rising tide of fascist mobilization, but instead the much scarier thing, which is communism. Everybody knows that's a significantly scarier thing. So yeah, I want people to think I'm Tim Pool instead, which is the furthest you can be from communism, because that's significantly scarier than Donald Trump. I want everybody to understand, make no mistake, I'm a serious person who definitely understands things. Very smart, very intelligent, definitely not a hack, failed, dumb comedian in air quotes, still doing 2014 memes on the timeline. Well, I'm not on the timeline anymore. I'm actually too scared to be on the timeline, so I just fucking constantly whine about it from behind my Instagram.
Yeah, like he's slipping into just his normal voice as he's just going on a seething rant about Ethan.
Even though I'm a 50-year-old dude with like 3 children, and I spend most of my time online just crying most of it. Anyway, if I was one of those things, then obviously that would be really scary. You know, I'd be really scared of the rising tide of socialism and communism in the United States of America. Ooh, terror. Big terror is what I would say. So that's why I'm looking like Tim Pool today, who surprisingly and completely unrelated to what I was saying. Oh my God, it's 5 a.m. out here, dude. I'm literally oblivious. I'm probably not even making sense right now. What did Tim Pool say recently?
Dude, he's just so tired, guys. He's just so tired. Oh, I'm probably not even making sense right now. I'm just like so tired. I'm just like chilling, you know. I'm in Japan and just like chilling, man. You know how it be. You know what it do.
Oh, that's
Shut
interesting.
up, man.
He said, come to the right side. Join the good side, Ethan, he said. Perhaps what I said was completely unrelated. Perhaps it was completely unrelated. Or perhaps if you're the type of person who thinks that like politics can only be consumed from the lens of slop tuber drama cultivated by people who have no political understanding, no political reading whatsoever, no interest, no ideological leanings whatsoever, and are just like dumb who are stupid enough to regurgitate Reddit posts that have no research backing them whatsoever, oftentimes coming from a sex pest's very own community, then you are a deeply and pathetically unserious person, and therefore you probably should go and, I don't know, watch the sunset or something. They're going to clip this and misrepresent the tiredness and depressed in the content Chernobyl disaster. Yeah, well, good luck to them. It's 5 a.m. out here. Yeah, I personally think that everyone deserves human rights. Controversial opinion. I personally think everyone deserves dignity. Everyone deserves human rights. Everyone deserves health care. I know sometimes, okay, listen, sometimes you really like a apartheid state. Sometimes you really feel some type of way about an apartheid state, and in defense of said apartheid state, you
we just woke
crash
up.
out
Just suddenly woke up.
so much so that you lose a significant percentage of your own audience because they're all like, what the f are you saying, dude? There are children being mutilated every day with American tax dollars for 15 months, 16 months. And at the end of that extended crash out,
this guy just dragged his dong through Shibuya and you're seething. The thing is, I was saying, like, you know, Hasan kind of owned Ethan by Ethan's video flopping while he's just sitting in Japan. But when you get on stream and do this retarded, performative, low-res voice, it just totally undermines it. This is so gay and annoying. It's just total woman behavior.
Mentally unwell, you put together the video of all time. People will be like, oh, dude, what do you mean? You can have political disagreements. You can have political disagreements with your friends. It's fine. It's like, it's crazy. Political disagreements aside, like an extended year-long slow burn crash out. Spectacular. Ta-Nehisi Coates was one of the biggest confirmations for me that you are right.
How did this video flop? Because nobody gave a fuck. Nobody gave a fuck. Literally nobody ever will give a fuck.
I mean, but I have Ta-Nehisi Coates and Bernie Sanders, you know, AOC. And then but Ethan has Caffino. Just watch the video and take some accountability. Don't be a pirate software dude. Dude, it's an hour and 40-minute video. Okay, can I just say something? This is genuinely, this might come across a little ableist, but you literally have an intellectual disability if you think that, like, I am fearful of watching an hour and 40-minute video made by a dude who literally thought Roe v. Wade was the gay one.
Roe versus what? Is that the gay one?
No, that's
Roe versus Wade. Like when every single child or someone with an actual child brain, a person who literally was a Yang Ganger, okay, someone who was in support of Yang Gang, who genuinely does not know anything about politics. Like, what am I supposed to do? Watch every crash out? You think like every single time some slop tuber makes a video, this is actually incredibly important points. The only thing you're demonstrating is your own stupidity. It's an hour and 40 minutes of a sex pests, cults, communities, compiled garbage that he took a week off to literally shave off the serial numbers off of, basically, just so that there wasn't that stink associated with it, because unfortunately for him, his favorite content creator was
that eyebrows comment stuck out to me. After some quick picture comparisons, I've come to the conclusion that Hasan gets his eyebrows done like a woman would. I would say I'm surprised, but I'm not.
Thank you, Toy, for the $10. Thank you. And yeah, I mean, obviously, he's like totally groomed, like completely, for sure. He gets everything done.
A person who literally was a Yang Ganger, okay? Someone who was in support of Yang Gang, who genuinely does not know anything about politics. Like, what am I supposed to do? Watch every crash out? You think like every single time some slop tuber makes a video, this is actually incredibly important points. The only thing you're demonstrating is your own stupidity. It's an hour and 40 minutes of a sex pests, cults, communities, compiled garbage that he took a week off to literally shave off the serial numbers off of, basically, just so that there wasn't that stink associated with it, because unfortunately for him, his favorite content creator was outed as a sex pest for consensually and unconsensually recording people while they're having sex and then distributing it to a bunch of other 19-year-old Discord e-girl kittens that he wanted to fuck. And then all of those videos were leaked a month ago, including videos of him having sex with his ex-wife, who I know for a fact she has mentioned did not give him consent to release those videos to random people. And the idea that this is a deflection is moronic, because I have mentioned every single stupid point brought up a million times over. But yeah. Anyway, have fun though. I assume that you guys are going to try and bait me into losing my shit all day. But yeah, there are already 100 responses to every accusation. I know. There's like, you could just go if you truly are invested in the truth. And I'm sure there are some people. There are others who are just going to come in here and be like, well, I'm going to keep it real, man. You're just like avoiding accountability. Yeah, dude, I am pro-Palestine. That's it. I'm pro-Palestine. Okay. If that's news to you, you are the dumbest baby on the planet. All right. I am pro-Palestine.
The complaint isn't he's pro-Palestine. Oh my God.
I'm anti-genocide. I am someone who is a leftist. Okay. I'm a leftist. I'm a leftist. I do not think capitalism is the final evolution of mankind. I think we can evolve beyond it. There are literally Guantanamo Bay internment prison facilities being set up right now. And if your number one thing is your favorite fucking 50-year-old content creator with 3 children and his endeavors for the past 6 months, you are a deeply unserious person. The only, like, this motherfucker literally only talks about the genocide now when it's to say there's a genocide going on cynically, and his entire fucking baby-brained moronic fan base also reiterate that point over and over again, while they think they're making a brilliant point because they misunderstood my initial assessment of the matter.
I'm sorry, but most people do just engage through politics as like engage with politics through like celebrity culture and shit. Yeah, you have to engage on those terms. Sorry, Hasan, that's how the world works. Yeah, most normal people, normal working people don't have time to become super learned on every fucking political issue and have super high level intellectual conversations. They look towards celebrity figures to do the fighting for them. Yeah. Do the fighting and the learning for them. Yeah. Yep, that's why, yeah, exactly. That's why you have a job, buddy. So figure it out. Stop the cope.
Which is that when I'm watching children get mutilated every goddamn day, I think it's a pathetically selfish way to approach that conversation from the personal feelings of a rich 100 millionaire sitting in his Bel Air mansion talking about his own goddamn feelings. That's it. You can call it crash out all day, every day. I'm a goddamn adult. I'm 33 years old. I'm not going to, you know, cover every moron in their own personal feelings and how hurt they've been. And it's taken a year, okay, for me to actually be open about, for me to finally get to this point. I still wish Ethan well, okay? I do. But God, how selfish, how delusional, how stupid to just like think that anyone outside of your marginal fucking cult that you have whittled away over and over again is going to look at the situation and go, yeah, you know what, dude, you are actually right. You've totally convinced me that baby murder, unlimited baby murder is all right now, actually. That like people who call that sort of behavior out are all seemingly radical Islamist extremist terrorists who I will assume are being funded by Qatar or Iran or Saudi Arabia or whatever other Arab nation, because I don't have any understanding of geopolitics anyway. And they're all the same to me. Go spend time with your kids, man. Holy shit. You look crazy. You look like you're literally losing your mind, and virtually everyone can see it. Do you not have any friends? Listen to your producers. I'm sure they have pulled you aside on the background and been like, hey, Ethan, can you stop doing this? It's very uncomfortable every time the camera pans to them. There's a reason for it, because everyone around you thinks you're crazy. God, it took this long for me to finally be like, dude, please, you're never gonna get better unless you take accountability. Jesus Christ, go to therapy or something. That must have felt cathartic. I mean, it doesn't feel cathartic at all, because then as the classic like cry bully behavior,
like he's gonna spend 40 minutes fucking talking about it and not watch the video. Just watch the fucking video. I like, it's so crazy.
Reiterated over and over again. They will go see.
This is edited down too. He just seethes about the video without watching any of it for like an hour.
See? He cares about this. He cares about this so much. And it's like, it doesn't bother me, man. It doesn't. You're not new to this game. It's just deeply embarrassing and everyone can see it. Okay. You went from writing a Keemstar drama, Nuke, to being hyped up by Keemstar. Like, how stupid and malleable are you as a goddamn adult that you can be manipulated by other slop tubers? It's kind of shocking. Brother, you keep agreeing with chatters who say you're giving drama clippers a reaction and saying you're right and then continuing to cover it. Yeah, I know. Because I'm a human, man. I'm a human being, okay? I'm a human being. There's only so much I can take. What are we doing here? This guy literally had a disagreement with me over Israel. Ended the podcast. I was so gracious to him. Far more gracious than he God deserves. Literally ends the podcast because he can't cut it. Like, he's like, oh, I don't want to talk about politics anymore because people are hurting my feelings when I talk about Israel, because it kind of comes across like I'm defending Israel. And then everybody goes, oh, you're defending Israel. It's like his whole shtick for the past year has been saying liberal Zionist talking points and then getting mad at everyone when they go, are you a Zionist?
I hate the flawed human thing in every context. It is incredibly vapid, incredibly gay. Very flawed human. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, everyone's got their fucking problems, buddy. Okay? It doesn't hit like, shut the fuck up. You just want to sound like you're being profound. You just want to sound like you're being profound and empathetic, but you're not.
And he's like, whoa, this is anti-Semitism. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude. What kind of moronic attitude is this? Just don't talk about politics. Just go back to talking about like gooning or Justin Baldoni or whatever new thing is happening online. You're clearly not intellectually equipped enough, and you got deluded by a sex cult. Like, Destiny was able to brainwash you over the course of a year. I'm sorry. You got a child's brain. Go enjoy childish things. The fuck is wrong with you? Why do you have to like literally do politics? Your fan base hates it. You're clearly, all the people in your vicinity hate it, and you're still like, nah, I'm the
Ethan got
number one
brainwashed
guy.
by
I'm the number
Destiny.
one politics guy. Okay, dude, there's plenty of dumb. Go ahead, have a right wing, do your little right wing tilt, I guess. And then maybe you can find admiration again. But it's probably not going to happen in the liberal sphere that you're trying to carve out for yourself. I'm sorry, liberals, and I disagree with a lot of liberals, okay? But many liberals are still infinitely more intelligent than the fucking average dumbass right-winger. They get manipulated by right-wingers a lot, which is why I get very mad. But it's much harder for you to cultivate a fan base with your unfortunate lack of knowledge over politics in that sphere, okay? Just become a right-winger then. Look at Tim Pool. He's got a massive audience. I've been so nice, dude. And you know what the most annoying part is? For a year, I was like, oh man, I don't want to hear about this stuff. I'm sure Ethan means well, blah, blah, blah. And everyone was in my ear constantly yelling and being like, no, he did this, he did that. And I was like, who cares? He's just he's just doing whatever. He's just doing whatever. And everyone was like, no, dude, listen, he made fun of Aaron Bushnell, killing himself. Like, you don't understand. He's doing all this propaganda, whatever. No. And in that entire time frame, I was like,
not making fun of some fucking retard setting themselves on fire. Oh no.
Charitable. And I was just like, hey, I've heard the things that he said one time in 2021 about how he's pro-Palestinian, that's important, whatever. And he did this to himself. That's what's so crazy about this narcissism. These dumb will be like, Hasan, you don't have any accountability for what? You want me to say I'm sorry for being pro-terrorism or whatever kind of Islamophobic nonsense that you've cultivated over the course of the past 15 months from a sex cults community? God. Oh, we have a bingo card for Hasan's reactions. I saw that too. And it's you just have no interest in anything real, okay? You have no interest in anything real. You will fall victim to the whims of right-wing politics, okay? If Ethan fully flipped the script and became a right-winger, then you would also do that because you are a stupid person. Anyway, I hope, and I mean this with genuine sincerity, in all sincerity, I hope this was I hope he got it out of his system, I hope he got it out of his system. And instead of clip chimping everything that I'm saying right now and then posting it on his stupid, silly little drama show, if Ethan wants to talk to me, he can talk to me, okay? He doesn't have to constantly cry as a 50-year-old adult with 3 children from behind an Instagram story. You can talk to me in person, big dog. You got my phone number. We can have a conversation on your stream. We can have a conversation on my stream. Last time, I had the baby gloves on, and you cried like a bitch after doing Teddy Fresh ads in the midst of our genocide coverage. That's right. And I'm not talking about the Leftovers episode where he actually cried. That was a beautiful moment. And I was actually very wrong for thinking that actually meant something. It turned out it didn't mean shit for you at all. Because selfishly, you spent the next...
Dude. Oh, well, you're criticizing me. So you were faking crying that one time. Okay.
Year, constantly ripping into, suspiciously, a lot of, not myself, but other people of color. I'm not calling myself a person of color. I know it's going to get clipped out of context here as well. What? And then you're going to be like, meh, 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 whatever. No, just... noticing.
Are we calling Frogan a person of color? We're calling Frogan a person of color? Frogan white as fuck.
That you have just been going after a lot of people of color, Arabs, Muslims in general, just constantly talking about how scary they are. Why are they so scary? I don't know, because maybe you're an Islamophobic moron who retweets or basically tweets out Ben Shapiro quotes about Hamas. Maybe that's the reason why people think you're super pro-Israel, okay? Maybe that's why. No accountability, okay? No accountability whatsoever. Constantly pointing the finger at other people. It can't be me. It can't be the broad reception of my worldview. It cannot be the way that people understand where I'm coming from, okay? The way people have heard the
sticking your fingers in your drink
points over and over again from people who are genuinely deeply pro-Israel. Maybe that was the reason why people were saying that. No, it must be because of anti-Semitism. And it's it's not as though anti-Semitism isn't increasing. It is, okay? And it's something that I understand. It's something that many of these people that Ethan has falsely smeared as anti-Semitic understand. So especially at a time when there's motherfuckers like Nick Fuentes Jake Shields or numerous other like actually anti-Semitic monsters out there who are running rampant.
I love how the only examples we can come up with are right-wing ones, because there's just no such thing as left-wing anti-Semitism.
Hyper focusing on people who are anti-Zionist and expressly and openly not anti-Semitic is certainly a choice. Yeah, I'll debate you anytime, anywhere. All right, Ethan? The assumption that I'm afraid of you is so idiotic, okay? Tell your God, be honest with your fan base, okay? I'll talk to you anytime, any place. I'm done. I'm done with this nonsense. Like, these morons literally think I'm afraid of a dude who does not know anything about politics and basically just rehashed Willie Mac show and Destiny clips, dude. Like,
okay, that's
these guys just literally go to Reddit. That's it. And they
well, that's true.
Just repeat Reddit talking points over and over and over again. It's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Yeah, I saw Roman also popped off. Because, dude, if you are even remotely interested in politics, you're going to look at this and go, what the fuck are you saying? Incredible video to drop in the current political climate. Fascist takeover happening in the U.S. and tons of other places. And he drops a 2-hour video on the biggest threat to America is Hasan and communism. Lol, LMFAO even. I fully expect Ethan Klein to become an anti-woke grifter within the next 5 years. So H3 Issues video on Hasan is dead ass just Red Scare and McCarthyism. I actually haven't even seen anything more pathetic in my life. Bro's trying to pander the last remnants of his right-wing fan base by going after lefty boogeyman streamer right after Trump went as well, and he's doing it all so that people forget his controversial Israel takes.
Right after Trump, really? Right after Trump won? Really? Dude, shut the fuck up.
That's what's so crazy, by the way, which is that like there are a million different ways to try and hit me on like drama-related. Why?
It's just like the endless. It's always about really during a genocide. Really in an election year. Really. Right after Trump won, there is never a good time.
Would you try to do politics, man?
Just stop criticizing. Just stop criticizing.
And you're so stupid. How narcissistic of you. How unimaginably narcissistic of you to think that you can like write this brilliant, political work. Like, stick to your lane, dude. What is wrong with you? You look like a clown to adults, okay? Maybe not the cultish fans that have stayed behind, you know?
A lot of people are messaging me saying, Roman, how can you side with Hasan when, he has had terrible Ukraine sakes? And I actually agree. I don't watch Hasan for his Ukraine sakes. In fact, I don't watch him at all. But I do think he's a good force in today's world. You know what I mean? Like, once again, people are getting deported.
Wow, I guess this guy said that.
Ethan, and you drop in a 2-hour video on Hasan Piker saying that Hasan and communism is actually what's destroying America today, Like, please. If you're choosing between Hasan Piker, who, once again, talks about real issues and is, like, in my opinion, once again, a good force in this world currently, from my point of view, from where I stand, you know what I mean? Who actually talks about real issues.
Who is this guy? Totally washed up commentary YouTuber, just, like, worthless.
Minorities face and so on. Ethan Klein, though, he just talks about, like...
You know what? You want to know what's crazy about this? Like, these guys, and this is what's so frustrating to me about, like, Ethan, I can't believe is a part of this group now. But there are a lot of people online, like, what is his name? Like, Turkey Tom or something. Like, that's one of those guys.
Turkey Tom or something.
Like, all these dudes that have been,
or something. I just can't remember his name. I can't remember his Turkey Tom or something.
These guys... And this is what's so frustrating to me about, like, Ethan, I can't believe is a part of this group now. But there are a lot of people online, like, what is his name?
What is his name?
Like, Turkey Tom.
Turkey Tom or something.
Or something. Like, that's one of those guys. Like, all these dudes that have been, actually leaving.
What's that other one's name? What lips? What lips delete Oreos? What lips is it again?
Destiny's orbit now after suckling on his teat for maybe the past 3 years. Willie Mac show, all these slop tubers, right? Just names that I never wanted to learn. They have no interest in politics whatsoever. And to them, it's just another way to extend the algorithmic boost that they can get. That's what's so annoying about it. That's what's so goddamn annoying about this process is just like for them, it's just all drama. It's all drama. Ukraine, drama. Palestine, drama. What is this? I think Ethan just wants to defame you and for you to react by suing him. I'm not even going to watch his video. And by the way, if I did, get great views overall. I'm not even going to dignify it. You can say it's because I'm scared. If you are literally the dumbest person in the United States of America, perhaps the entire planet, then yes, you can think that. I am stating it very clearly. Ethan Klein, if you want to have a conversation with me, I am available. I can talk to you about any number of different political disagreements that we have, except this time I'm not going to be nice to you. I'm not going to treat you with kitty gloves. I'm not going to talk to you like you're a special boy who deserves my special attention and that you're so funny and so special. I'm going to talk to you in the same exact way that I would.
I wasn't on the watch the video train until he started being such an obnoxious, annoying, like limp fucking valley girl about it. I wasn't on the watch the video train. I haven't watched the video, but this guy should.
To an actual
40 minutes crying like this, talking like a fucking valley girl for the entire time. Seriously, just sit down and watch the fucking video.
Political content creator. If there is a political commentator out there who was expressing your viewpoint about Israel, I'm going to talk to you in the same exact way that I would talk to them. So if you think that I'm afraid of you, I think you and I both know that that's not the case. I think you and I both know that there's a reason why, despite the fact that you and I have very similar enemies, some of which you've turned into your friends, even after they got, unfortunately they got outed as sex pests. But I think you and I both know that I didn't run away from Twitter. I don't have to constantly go to subreddits and clip stuff from those subreddits to post on my Instagram page instead of hanging out with my friends and family. Don't be a idiot. Him at this point, debating him won't change his mind. I don't give a fuck about changing his mind. I did. Okay. I tried changing his mind. Maybe this time I'll bring Sam Cedar and you'll be the one saying, oh my God, Sam Cedar, what a nightmare, because you've been running away from him. Yeah. I wonder why Ethan Klein won't talk to Sam Cedar. In private correspondence, I told you, I said, hey, man, I know you don't respect me, because he's claimed that I wasn't like talking to him at all. So I said, hey, I don't think you respect me at all.
You have crazy views, and he doesn't want to fight some gay proxy that's like way more liberal than you. He wants to fight you.
But you respect Sam Cedar. You should talk to him. You should talk to him about this issue. He has a lot of lived experience. And he said that was anti-Semitic. Everything is anti-Semitic. Anyway.
Celebrity drama or whatever. Like, f off, please. What it all comes down to is that I just don't believe that Ethan Klein, cares about any of these issues.
Yes, that's what's so fucking annoying about it. He doesn't. He does not. That is what's so unimaginably annoying about this entire process. He doesn't give a single shred of a fuck about any of these issues. And it is literally ego. It's not even like a significant political disagreement, by the way. It's more so ego. That's what's so frustrating. And that's what really makes me mad about all of the people that hyper focus on this. It's just ego. It is a man who feels scorned. It is a man who bravely took the step online and became a more progressive person. That is the journey here. A person who had some reactionary takes, a person who openly said the N-word a million times over and numerous other slurs, saying, you know what, this is the old me, this is not the real me, okay? I am going to become a better person. That is a person I will always admire, okay? It doesn't matter if his name is Ethan Klein, doesn't matter who that person is. I will always admire someone who has the dignity and the courage to openly say, I was wrong for doing this stuff. This is not who I am. Just understand, iDubbbz being a great example of this, right? But yeah, after you cultivated a fairly progressive online fan base, you turned around and you had some opinions that you demonstrated that were directly at odds with said progressive fan base. And instead of going, hey man, maybe I should really reconsider my output here. I wonder why a lot of these people are saying this in the most narcissistic ways possible. You just looked to blame others instead of saying, hey, maybe my output here is the reason why people are reacting to what I'm saying in the way that they're reacting to it. You were like, no, it must be something different. He said you hid your power level to infiltrate his fan base and turn them against him. Guys clearly lost the plot. Yeah, that's such an insane take, man. No, dog. You actually made your fan base very progressive. And it's basically this. The entire quote unquote content nuke is this.
You're also kind of borderline teetering on what would most people say is socialism, my guy. Like,
wait, what? Let me tell you something about myself then.
Oh my God. I don't want to see fucking academic stupid fat fucking face right now, man.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. Yeah, I don't think that the capitalist organization of the economy is adequate. We don't need to have that conversation. But yes,
no, there's no way you believe in that. Hey,
socialism is not a poverty cult. You don't have to be poor to be socialist, even though you can still advocate for those who are less fortunate than you.
The question that is on everyone's minds is like, there's two things here. There's two outcomes to this. Either you are the dumbest person on the planet and just like, whenever I described my political worldview, it just like went in from one ear and out the other. No bus stop in there. Okay. No pit stops in there whatsoever. It was just like information coming in and out. Okay, nothing in there, an empty hallway. All right, and you're like, I thought you were like a, kind of progressive, vote blue no matter who type Democrat. What is going on? And if that's the case, then you have no business doing political commentary, because what the fuck are you saying? Like, what do you mean? Then you're just like ill-equipped to have this conversation. You've openly demonstrated that.
I consider myself a liberal, but in the American political lexicon, I guess like I'm super liberal. That's what that's what Americans think liberalism is. Like the more left you are, the more liberal you are. Even though there is a genuine distinction between the leftist and the liberal, but yeah, I'm progressive. I guess that's the catch-all term.
I like progressive. Yeah, who wouldn't want to be progressive? It's in the name. We're progressing.
Yeah, well, that's why like early stage classical liberals who like wanted to rebrand, like Dave Rubin, for example, who now are very openly on the right and like everyone knows it. They originally tried to say like they're the real progressives, and that the people who brand themselves as progressives, people like myself, they were actually regressive.
George Soros and Google. He wears jackets that say "bash fascist."
I'm sorry, I got to stop again. What is wrong with hating fascists? I just don't understand that point.
Very intelligent.
Hate fascists.
Classic Ethan moment.
We're supposed to hate.
We love
fascists
Ethan, don't we?
Americans.
We love Ethan.
Yeah, I know.
Don't we hate fascists?
I don't get it. And then they'll say like
we freaking hate fascists, guys.
Is the real?
This is not in his content, Nuke chatters. This is just our first ever on-camera conversation. The reason why I suspect someone spliced these two things together is because they wanted to show how fraudulent and how idiotic this is for Ethan to be like, I was duped. I was groomed into believing radical politics by this big scary man, when even before we had a podcast together, I never sheltered him from my true opinion. I even say it there. I'm like, I wouldn't consider myself a liberal, but in American politics, because people's false understanding of liberalism, they would say I'm a super liberal. So what's really interesting about this entire process, despite the fact that I have a literal...
Wait, but you did like downplay it there though. He was like, you didn't say you were like a leftist, like a communist or socialist. You were like, yeah, I'd call myself like a progressive. I guess people would say I'm not really like a liberal. I guess I'm like a progressive.
Lenin bust behind me, a Che Guevara bust, and a USSR Ushanka behind me, and also prominently display other famous leftist political figures, revolutionary political figures, and also Bernie Sanders, who is himself a socialist, and go through the minutia and the process of explaining to him over and over again what my political worldview looks like. He just, I guess, either A, forgot what that conversation looked like and how that took place, or B, a second thing, and is cynically trying to present it as though I was secretly hiding the truth. Okay, I was secretly hiding the truth.
Real fascists. Okay, then still bashing the fascists in that circumstance is
I'm not
good,
sure
no?
does Bernie Sanders openly state he's a socialist? I'm not sure. Is that true? Doesn't he have to kind of play the I'm a progressive line like Hasan does? How long has that been the case for? How long has he been saying he's a socialist for? Yeah, like a SOCDEM, maybe. Democratic Socialist. How long has he been saying that for? Decades. Was he actually saying socialist during his 2016 run? Or like 2016 primary? When has Bernie Sanders called himself a socialist? Yeah, he says democratic socialist. There's more articles from 2020. So I guess it was maybe something that he put more emphasis on later. Because, yeah, I'd imagine for most of his career, he probably got cooked for saying that kind of shit. I don't know, though. Maybe he's been saying it for a long time.
Like, I don't get it.
I thought fascism was like the antithesis of everything America stood for.
Yeah, exactly. But that's like different to what Hasan says. Hasan is like a communist.
He just, I guess, either A, forgot what that conversation looked like and how that took place, or B, a second thing, and is cynically trying to present it as though I was secretly hiding the truth. Okay, I was secretly hiding the truth.
Real fascists. Okay, then still bashing the fascists in that circumstance is still good. No, like I don't.
Are the Nordic countries even really socialist? I don't even. Is that the case?
Fascism was like the antithesis of everything America stood for.
Yeah,
but apparently
it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, I didn't think so. It's like a weird. It's like you have to cope yourself into thinking they're socialist one way or the other. Right wingers will cope themselves into thinking they're socialist to like discredit them, and then left wingers will cope themselves into thinking they're socialist to make a good argument for socialism. But yeah, I don't think they're actually like socialist.
Try not to pause, but they're just
kind of like progressive liberal countries, like that. It's not socialism.
It is fact.
Kirk, they tasted the blood of 1.5 million Christian Armenians, and they'll taste man flesh again. What the fuck? If they have their way.
I think he said he thought you were a dem sock.
Ethan Klein. I've had enough. I am done being nice. I'm challenging you to talk to my champion Jew. His name is Joachim Ben Lilestein. You may know him as Kuihman. Your move, funny man.
Thank you for the $10, Jimberly. Jimberly, Liquid Sonic is working on a Bob 7 video. Did you ever write anything for yours? Did you ever write any Bob 7 summary? Apparently he's having trouble summarizing it.
Like him, first of all, he's not a democratic socialist. Ethan is barely a social democrat. Okay, what are you talking about? There's a distinction between democratic socialism and social democracy. Social democracy is pro-capitalist. I often will openly state that in a place like the United States of America, it is a reactionary poll where there's no class consciousness whatsoever, that social democrats are seen as radicals in this country, okay? And they're still in line with improving the material conditions of the working class in the United States of America. You told Ethan multiple times that you wish you hid being a socialist. That's the other problem. That's the other issue. I've told him before, but that's not my problem. I'm sorry, man. If you don't understand the difference between a democratic socialist and a social democrat, how the fuck is that my fault, dude? I've explained it before. Like, what are we doing here? Dude, I'm sorry. In the year 2025, we're not doing that. In the year 2025, we're not gonna let other people's misunderstandings become everybody else's problem, because that's ridiculous. Why so scared? Do I look scared? What are you talking about? You won't watch the video? Brother, instead of demanding I watch the video, demand Ethan talk to me in person, okay? Because if you think I'm fearful of Ethan Klein and his political prowess, I'm here to tell you I'm not, okay? Go tell Ethan to have a conversation with me, okay? Just watch the video. Just watch the video. Why? Why can't he have a conversation with me? Why? Is it perhaps easier to clip things that I'm saying out of context in my reaction? Is that why? So that he can shelter his audience? Is that the reason why? Or is it because he's actually afraid? Because I think it's the second thing. Just like he was too scared to talk to Sam Cedar in private. To go into a debate about something, you should first watch the content, right? Or do you go into blind every debate? I go in blind. You want to know why? That's how confident I am in my worldview. And
that's how confident he is in debates. That's why he does them so much, guys. That's why he's always debating.
My knowledge in this space. Also, I'm not going in blind. Let's be real. It's the exact same things I've addressed a million times over. It's not new nor unique. Having said that, however, this is a very interesting thing. This is a very interesting thing that I've seen.
Kuihman, breaking news. Trump's getting rid of Gaza. Everything Hasan said wouldn't happen. I saw that on my Twitter timeline. What? I don't even know what. Dude. Everything is just so retarded. We'll see what happens. We'll see how much Hasan sees, how much he kvetches.
From people where they go, oh, dude, why don't you watch the video? Okay. Why wouldn't you want me to just like debate the issues if the issues are related to me? You think I don't know the subject matter very well? I'm the subject matter. What is happening? Yeah, he can just argue the points in the video if he wants to directly to my face, and we can have a conversation about that as well. A list of lies made by Ethan Klein. Ethan claims communism is on the rise. From Elon Nazi saluting at Trump's inauguration to the AfD in Germany, communism is clearly not on the rise. Hasan never introduced himself as a social democrat. Hasan talked about education programs, not re-education camps. Hasan never runs full defense of China, especially regarding their treatment of the Uyghurs. Ethan shares an edited clip that cuts out where Hasan explains that he cannot control his chat from calling Ethan a racist for saying racist things. Yeah, that's another one of these fucking annoying little parts about this back and forth and this drama, which is that like the conversation I had with Ethan ended with me saying, Ethan, there's only so much I can do to control the narrative in your favor if you keep saying things that people are going to interpret as you being pro-Israel. And it's not because you're Jewish. And even though, to be fair, I'm sure there are plenty of people who are like, oh, he's Jewish, and they suspect you of being pro-Israel and are deeply anti-Semitic, right? Having said,
what does pro-Israel mean? Pro-Israel in this context, you just don't wipe it off the map, which is like a pretty normal position.
That there are plenty of people in your fan base who aren't anti-Semitic, who also absolutely made up their own minds after listening to the way you talk about Gaza. He cuts out continuously, there's only so much I can do, and leaves out that if you continue to say things like this, people are going to think you believe them and get mad at you. Yeah. Shows a random clip of someone being anti-Semitic, claims Hasan does not care about Israelis because of his lack of reaction. Hasan never justifies sexual violence. He routinely says that sexual violence likely occurred during...
Don't care about gay Reddit summaries of the video. Okay, we're getting close to wrapping up here. I started kind of late and I'm kind of fucking tired. I totally fell asleep the last few days.